What's up, everybody? Tony Beats Guy here, and we're going to be talking about the new footage from WWE 2K15. Now, this was leaked from Gamescom. Someone was recording Randy Orton versus Cesaro on PS4. And first off, I just want to mention that the guy playing the game is playing very, very stupidly, and I don't like the way they're playing the game. It doesn't really show a good way of the new technology they're using in the game, the new grappling system and all that. They show it a little bit, which I'll talk about, but mostly the guy does a lot of running, spamming stuff, which I guess you can see is still left in the game. First thing I want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics are highly improved. Even just the entrance looks great, where his head moves a little bit and he walks out and everything looks great. The crowd looks great as well. The crowd looks more fluid. People in the front row actually put their arms on the barricade, so it looks more natural. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of copy and paste people. Now, there probably is copy and paste people, but they did a good job of not having the same people holding up the same signs, doing the same animation over and over and over and over again. Another thing that we'll mention is that John Cone is now your referee. No more Mini Nate. He's not around anymore. But we're not sure if there's going to be more than one ref because this is all I've seen thus far. But John Cone, now your referee. No more Mini Nate, boy. Woo! Of course, I'm talking about Charles Robinson. Another thing you'll notice watching this gameplay is that there's a new HUD system. There's a picture of the superstar in the bottom. It has his name above it. It has a green bar. That green bar is basically, I guess you want to call it a life bar. I guess that's the best way to sum it up. It's got a green bar. It turns to yellow and then turns to red when you're all the way there. There's a momentum, which shows a percent of your momentum. It shows if you have a signature or a finisher and how many you have stored. So there is that. There's stamina as well on there. But I think this HUD may stay on the game. I'm not sure. I know last year when we saw the HUD, they actually took it off of the game and they replaced it with a new one. So there may be one underneath the wrestler's foot, but it's small enough in the corner that I don't really hate it. I mean, it's good enough for me. I like what they have here. It shows some things that are good, but you know, if you want to make a realistic simulation, I'm sure you can just turn off the HUD. Now, it's time to talk about the new collar and elbow chain wrestling technique. There's messages that pop up on the screen when you do a lockup at the start of a match. It goes, you're currently in a collar and elbow tie-up. The collar and elbow is a neutral hold, so there's no need for panic just yet. The all-new chain wrestling minigame is initiated from the collar and elbow, so let's get started. It then goes on to say the goal is to progress out of the collar and elbow into a more dominant hold. To do so, you must win the collar and elbow minigame. Press triangle to grab your opponent in a side headlock, square for a wrist lock, circle for a waist lock. The minigame works like paper, rock, scissors, where triangle will beat square, circle will beat triangle, and square will beat circle. So that is how the mini game works. You press square, triangle, or circle, and depending on what your opponent presses, you will win. So basically, when you're fighting the CPU, you have no chance. When you're playing against your buddy, it's up to whatever they press. I'm just curious to know what happens when you both press triangle and you both press square or you both press circle. How does it go? Do you break up? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm guessing it's whoever presses it first, and that's how you figure out. Basically, you both press triangle. Whoever pressed triangle first is going to be your winner. So that is the chain grappling system, collar and elbow tie-up. So let's talk about a few other things that I noticed from the gameplay. Right off the bat, you'll know commentating team is King and Michael Cole. There is no three-man team, which we know from a long time ago because they talked about it, and they said they did side-by-side commentary, and Michael Cole was not a part of that. So that is something that we do notice right off the bat. Another obvious thing is that graphics are improved. It looks much better. Things look awesome. It just looks really great. Another thing that I noticed was the crowd. I saw that Antonio Cesaro got dumped out of the ring at one point, and the fans actually started to stand up in the front row, which was kind of an awesome feature because that's what would really happen. If a wrestler got dumped right in front of you, you'd probably want to stand up and take a look at the action, and that's what happens in the game. Now, like I said, I can't really give a full analysis of this gameplay because the guy playing it had two right hands or something. I don't know what I want to say about it, but it was basically the worst demo that I could ever watch somebody play, and that's fine. But you get to see what it's like if somebody button taps and stuff like that. There's a new strong Irish whip animation into the corner, as well as just a lot of new other animations. But it did seem like the gameplay was a little bit slowed down. I'm not sure if it was the guy playing the game or if that's how the game is going to be played. But overall, I am very, very excited to just see what is going to happen in the new gameplay. And if you guys didn't know, the roster reveal will be on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Again, IGN, that's 6 p.m. UK time. I'm assuming it's just IGN.com, and then they'll have it on there. Maybe YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Not Twitter, Twitch. I'm not sure where it's going to be, but I would check IGN.com because that's guaranteed to have it on there. If you want to check out the gameplay, I'm sure you can find it on the internet. Unfortunately, I will not be linking that gameplay to you guys because I don't want to get copyright striked on a game that isn't out yet and the footage isn't supposed to be leaked yet. But I'm sure if you do a quick Google search, you'll find Randy Orton versus Cesaro in WWE 2K15. Again, guys, let me know what you think of the new systems of WWE 2K15. If you have seen the leaked gameplay footage, let me know. And as always, hit that like button if you enjoy this. Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.